cheers and enjoy the beers. Yes. Good evening. Hello, good evening, and welcome once again to Rasko and Disco Beer Review with me, Disco, coming at you live once again from in front of the cans and bottles here at the bar at what I'm still retrospectively calling the Disco Arms. Welcome back. Anybody got a sense of deja vu from the thumbnail? Because if you was watching last week, we had 10 minutes of this show and then it all just kind of went down the gurgler, to be fair. You ever have one of them days where just nothing quite works? Well, that was last Monday. I don't know right today, except this evening, of course, obviously being 15 minutes late as always, but whoever's watching is always used to that, especially Mr. Wilson. Good evening, sir. Thank you very much indeed. Somebody's getting a reminder in early doesn't always help because I have Swiss cheese break and I can forget, but I appreciate you always getting those reminders in there. We might need it for this show. Yeah, so last week it didn't really work out. Got 10 minutes. I took it down because I'll just add it to the blooper reel if I ever get one of those out at some point. Probably not for Christmas, but possibly on maybe next year's channel birthday if we last that long. Who knows? Like I say, in a special welcome. Should have been watching to the 40 or 50 or so subs we seem to have put on this week. I've no idea how that happened as usual, but if that's one of you, thank you very much indeed, and thanks to all the people who've subbed anyway. But yeah, if you are new, please click like and feel free to join in with the comments. And if you're watching after the event, especially, thank you for doing that. Subscribe if you haven't already. We're nearly at the 500 subs mark somehow. So thank you very much for even that. And yeah, comment below and all that sort of jazz. So if you are new here on Disco, I'll just review some beers and chat about them. So I was kind of looking forward to this one. I had a little thing a while back of sort of collecting beers, nitro beers with nitrogen in the can, because I did a couple of really decent ones. I thought were quite decent. The O'Hara's ones had a really lovely settle on them. So I was collecting some to do more of that. Never got around to it. So I've badged them all together. And let's get the first beer into the glass and find out, well, remind myself from last week and find out what we think. Has anybody got a beer on? Do let me know, of course, as always, if you're accompanying us with a Monday night beer. As you know, I have a beer on a Monday because generally it's my day off, although I wasn't off today. More about that later. But yeah, let's dive in with beer number one, please. And yeah, probably well known to everybody, the Anspach and Hobday clear black and gold label of London Black, their most recent and very successful Nitro Stout. I did this last time and I'm a bit nervous now because it didn't go everywhere, but it just went. So I'm sort of like, yeah, I was trying to look up like everybody else who've done it and see like how, I don't know, I try and get the glass over and all that. I don't want to shake it up too much, but yeah, this could once again go absolutely terrible, but let's get it into. And also, like, where I'm doing it, I want to get it into the glass there, maybe, and still do it on camera. But here we go. No, I can't do it like that. I'm going to have to just go like that and see what happens, really. Yeah, still went kind of everywhere. Is that not quick enough or what? I don't know. And it's going to get to the top of the glass and run out. Obviously, I expect all that big foamy stuff on that and then just wait and watch the settle as it goes up the glass. And I haven't cracked it properly either, so that's... Well, yes. I mean, it wasn't as bad as last week, and we're going to do this one come what may. So we can wait and watch it settle. I put it in the tribute glass this time. I think I had a different glass last time, but I put it in a tribute glass because looking at some of the videos from Anspach and Hobday, they seem to have that same shape of glass. So, yeah, I thought I'd do that. Just going a weekend of drinking. Good man. I was all up in Birmingham this weekend. I didn't see anything of it. If you was, because I was obviously up the brewery at the bar. Yes, indeed, Rasko's favourite. He does a lot of posts about him on his own Instagram now. That hasn't really gone that well again. It's probably going to mean I need to go and buy some more cans so that I can perfect the pour. Mersey, thanks for popping in as well. Good to see you. So yeah, we've got this one into the glass almost properly this time. Now, obviously, last week, this is not a true live review as such, because last week I did drink what actually got into the glass. And yeah, I got some thoughts on it. So I'm not gonna mug you off like, oh, this is the first time I drank it, because obviously I drank it last week. And yeah, I've got some possibly controversial thoughts. Especially controversial if Rasko's watching, because it has been his favourite beer to post about over on Instagram on Rasko does the gram. Rasko on gram, sorry, that's mine. But yeah, so that has not settled as well as I was hoping. Massive creamy head on it. I don't know what the deal with that is, because like I say, the other Nitro cans I had, the few I've had have been okay. It's just this one. Never mind, these things happen. Haven't changed the banner. There we go. .4%. I had forgotten that from last week. Is that it? Yes, it is. It says so very clearly on the can, a mere 4.4%. I shouldn't be surprised. I did read that. I just forgot. But yeah. Yeah, as we know, this one's been doing the rounds. It's become fairly ubiquitous. It's got quite a bit of coverage, both near and far, and indeed overseas. So it must be doing all right. A lot of people say rivaling Guinness. Now, I don't actually know whether or not Anspach and Hobday wanted that, or whether they put that out, or whether it was just sort of early reviews and people kind of said it was close to Guinness. I mean, rivaling Guinness, even in London, is going to be a big task, isn't it? Guinness, for me, I've always said, gets a little bit of a free pass, really, when it comes to big beer. Also non-independent beer at the end of the day, because they're owned by Diageo, aren't they? But they, I think, operate fairly independently. So I do kind of watch out for Guinness, and if they bring out something new, I did the video review of the coffee one, and I brought the 0% Guinness, and I was just like, yeah, that's all right. All right, let's take the photograph of this. I don't think it will be as good as Rasko's photographs. Rasko uses the word perfection when he talks about London Black. And to be fair, some of his photos do look pretty smart, do look pretty good. It's not going to mean that splitting the T business here, or splitting the G, or whatever we have for London Blacks, because I haven't got the London Black glass, but there you go. Brothers, good evening to you. Thanks for popping in. I hope you're doing all right. I hope you've got a beer on. I hope everything's going swimmingly. I'm just going to try and work around the light issues and get the photograph on that. Like I said, it won't be as good as Rasko's photos over on the gram, but I will take his little suggestion of portrait mode. I don't fully understand it, and it keeps telling me move backwards, and I'm like, well, I want it there. What annoys me initially, because I'm fussy like that, is that can wrap is not helpful for photography, because the font is just slightly too large, and you lose the B and the K off of either end. Which, again, just for putting it up on things. No, you can just about see it. That's my bad. That's not even that well focused. Well, it would help. It would have been right if I'd actually got it in focus. I didn't. Let's try again. Right, there you go. Far too fussy, too much detail, Disco, too much detail. Let's get on to the beer. It's all about the beer, to be fair. Yes, I hope you all had a good weekend. Mine was mostly up the brewery doing things and stuff. Heavy workload this weekend, as well as serving beers, although it was fairly quiet, so we did get a lot of work done. Yeah, so you're doing the homemade beer reviews calendar. That's good stuff, but yeah, a lot of work. I tried it once, got as far as about 16, and then sort of ran out of pace, really. Brad, it's good to see you. They own Diageo. However, the contract of purchase was arranged basically means Guinness have also. Oh, so Guinness own Diageo or Diageo Guinness? They're all part of the same group, and who owns who and how it works. Never too sure. Funny enough, drove past the site of the old Guinness factory in Park Royal this very afternoon, driving down the A40. And I've worked around there a fair bit, so seeing, what Guinness, or was it Diageo, like putting out a Park Royal and stuff like that, and moving production over to Ireland and stuff. But yeah, had a couple of cans. Disruption is Brewing. We couldn't get the whole name in the photo. I thought Disruption had the logo on the front, but yeah, it happens from time to time. They want to go a bit fancy on the design, maybe. I don't know. There we go. Oh, Diageo owned it, right? Yeah. to that. No, it's fine. We know that. Right, that's grand. Glad we got that. Glad we got it sorted out. Right, yeah. So there we go. Right, so I had this last week. Let me try it again. Let me try and get my mind into going straight in blind. I have, as Rasko will be a pains to point out, I have tried this before. And Rasko's right, I think it slipped my mind a bit, but I did try, I should imagine, a half. They had to stand at GBBF last year, but I wasn't doing content for that. And obviously, there was a few issues, personal, and I did have a few good halves in that. So I don't really remember it. I believe also off content, day out at Paul's up at Creative Juices, they had it on tap, and I think I finished on a half of it as well. Again, my memory, even for beers, sometimes I forget what I've had when. That's why I started not writing it down, but typing it out, putting it on social media so that I could look back and remember stuff I'd had. So I have had this before. I've not reviewed it before. I've not contemplated. I was going to wait until I did a proper review out and about at a pub somewhere, preferably back over in Croydon at Anspach and Hobday's place, before I dived into it. And things got a bit away from me in the last few years. I've not got around to doing it. So in the end, I bought a couple of cans. I was out at Hop and Vine in Ruislip that I've talked about before, my local beer emporium, tap room, small bottle shop. So I thought, you know what, they're in there. Obviously, want to support them as much as Anspach and Hobday. So I thought I'd pick a couple of cans up and just see what we can find. Knowing I've got a couple of other Nitros in there, I thought I'd do a show featuring Nitro beers. You know, I love a stouts and porters. Brothers, good evening. Brothers, Simo, evening. Simo saying hello to Brad. Hope you're having a good start to the week. Hope you had a good weekend, Simo. A little bit cold out there, not too bad in here. So a bottle of Iinger, fair play. I'll take the edge off the cold. Nice cold bottle of lager, fair play. Right, let's get into this then. So I'm putting all that. Oh, hello. Yeah, I'm putting all that Guinness thoughts aside. There's a good aroma on it. There's a little bit of coffee in there. There's a little bit of dark roasty malts. Really good aroma. A bit of creaminess as well. The old schnozzer's playing ball today, and actually can smell some stuff off the top of the beer, which is a good sign, surely. Let's go get it down the neck and see if I can remember some thoughts on it. Cheers all. Have a good week and enjoy the beers. There it is. So much as I love Anspach and Hobday and what they've done with this beer, I'm a little confused. Confused is the wrong word. I'm a little reticent, maybe, to go down Rasko's perfection in a glass rhetoric. That's not just because it seems that I disagree with Rasko about most things. And like I say, his photographs are brilliant with it, and all the beers and it looks a great pint, properly smooth, nice kind of creamy big head that stays. The Nitro is the Nitro, and there's some good flavors in there. Like I say, that coffee, touch of not going chocolate, but a touch of dark malts without being chocolate. But yeah, a little bit of sort of coffee, a little bit of creaminess going on. Oh, there's that. I've said it before on certain stouts or porters like that, where they've got that not quite smokiness, but more like a cigar kind of note, kind of old leather sofa, cigar-y kind of tobacco-y note in the background. It's all there. There's some good flavors going on. What confuses me a little about this beer, because I'm thinking about that word perfection, and it is pretty good, but they have perfected something that I'm not sure needs to be perfected, or what necessarily Anspach and Hobday have wanted to perfect. For me, it's very much like a Guinness, very much like a can, even a Nitro can of draft Guinness, in that there's a sort of, it's only 4.4%, but still there's a slight kind of, I hesitate to use the word watery because that's not fair. It sounds wrong. But the few Guinnesses I've tried in cans recently, not for what, since I did that coffee one, but there's that slight note. Spring water, I'll grant you, it's a pretty good water, but there is definitely a sort of wateriness, only kind of slight, in the same way that Guinness has. So I'm not sure that Anspach and Hobday have wanted to perfect Guinness quite so well. Surely it would be better to have a beer that's better than Guinness. Now, I often say on the bar on a weekend, when people say about our oatmeal stout, is it like Guinness? I said, yes, it's like Guinness in the fact that it's nothing like Guinness. It's much better than Guinness, mainly because it doesn't have that kind of watery edge and has much more tasty notes and much more robust. It's 5.5%, so it is bigger and more robust, got more chocolate, got more coffee on it. Whereas obviously this one much more sessionable strength, and that's what the problem is really. If you're going for that mass market thing, as much as I am a beer snob, I'll put my hand up. But if you're going for that mass market thing, you've kind of got that sort of, you have to replicate that so easy drinking, lower ABV. And I don't think it does it any favors really. I kind of want it to be something. It is smooth. It is proper silky, not quite decadently smooth. It is there. It's proper smooth, which is what makes it easy drinking, at a lower temp. But yeah, there's that kind of odd Guinnessy background that I'm not so sure about. That they want to perfect that. They want to replicate that to perfection. They've done it. I'm not sure it's a good thing. It's very easy drinking because I'm necking it. I love a stout and love a porter. It's a proper smooth porter for sure. And there is that good flavour to it. That kind of, not everybody will like that kind of, you know what I mean? But like that kind of cigar, old leather sofa kind of waxy smokiness. Touch of tobacco note. But it's there, so it's which is already better than a Guinness, more perfect than a Guinness, I think, because Guinness is more just about roast malts and a bit of coffee. I don't think I would be saying about a Guinness with like that kind of slight smokiness, that waxiness, that kind of leatheriness, cigar kind of note. It is easy drinking. It's got some good flavors, but yeah, that kind of just right at the end there, it's like, oh, there's a bit. It's like, I don't know. It's like, what have I just thought about? Computer disks where you fill up with a certain amount of information, and just at the end of the last column, there's a little bit missing that doesn't load. I don't know. I'm sure. I mean, because I'm not obviously the first person to drink this. Everybody else in the world has probably tried this ahead of me, and there is a lot of nitro stouts about at the moment, and a lot of them use some kind of variation on the theme black because, well, yeah, it's pretty damn dark, isn't it? So the colour's great, the head's great. Sharky, good evening. Thanks for popping in. How you doing? Hope you had a good weekend, etc. Beer number 2 in Adam's advent calendar is Siren Marshmallow Porter. Is that the mountain one? Something about mountains. I was looking at that on their website the other week, and I went, oh, yeah, that's one I would probably go for. And then I found they got a slightly different version, or maybe it's the same version in supermarkets, but not in my supermarket. So, yeah, interested in that. We'll go and try that at some point. Adam's opened one of the beers in the Siren. Oh, the marshmallow. So version from Asda. Damn, I went past Asda today. I thought about popping in. I didn't because I don't need any more supermarket beers, and I'd forgotten that marshmallow is in there. But there we go. The Beer Mungle Black Heart is a better replica. I found the London Black to taste way better. Not tried in can. Right, okay. Yeah, so again on draft, because I wasn't working then. I wasn't like content, and it was a kind of a day off, so I didn't really think about it. I just tried it, and I'd had a few beers anyway, so I wasn't going to get anything coherent anyway. Yeah, it's all right. It's got some good flavors knocking around there. If I was going to rush out to buy a Guinness like Stout or Porter, I'd want to try all the other ones first, Beer Mongrel notwithstanding. But because I want to support Anspach and Hobday, I'd rather buy this. But I'm not going to rush out and buy it because I'm going to try all the other ones first. And even then, will it be the best? Can't do a massive video in time to try all of them together like I've seen a lot of other people do. It's another one where, yeah, I'm going to go with it's all right. It's perfect, but not quite perfect enough. Bought a beer that you'd be proud of. Alaskan smoked porter. Yes, I would be very happy with that. Very happy indeed. I've got the Anspach and Hobday smoked porter to do at some point as well. Bought them far too long ago and never got around to it. For a very specific video, actually. Siren Broken Dream Nitro, also better than London Black, in my opinion. Yeah, I can see that. And I've had it on draft in Harry's Local in Marlborough. The Broken Dream, I just can't remember if I've gone down the Broken Dream Nitro route, because Broken Dream is a very, very good stout, and it's in there in one of my favorite, kind of in the top 10, definitely in the top 5 favorite beers, probably. It doesn't really need to be nitro because it's proper smooth and tasty anyway, but I will, if I see it, I might get around to trying that as well. Different beers though, different kind of markets they're going for. It does feel like Anspach are going for like the big beer market. What does it say on a can? Independent nitro porter, which is fair enough. Fair enough. Right, just for completeness, you understand, I know what this is going to be. Batch 136, 18th of the 7th, 2025. It's because I only bought it last month. Love the can. Obviously, the black and gold looks like proper good, but it's just really difficult for reading and photographing. Inspired by London's brewing heritage, this is a truly sessionable London porter. Brewed for a smoother mouthfeel, perfectly balanced with cascading notes of coffee and velvety chocolate. Coffee, yes, I don't get so much chocolate. Velvety is fair enough, though. A beer that champions the rich history and heritage of London's porter and modern independent brewing. The result is London Black, a beer that is easy drinking whilst full of character. Pour robustly, settle and enjoy. 11.9 degrees Plato. No idea what Plato is. I thought he was a former rally driver. But yeah, 4.4%. I've never understood Plato scale. Something else I should look into. That's another video idea. Yeah, so very much talking about the porter from London, come out of the markets and porters wanting to drink early doors. So probably something less than a stout. Yeah, so what was I going to say? Yeah, so they're not particularly going after the Guinness market as such or directly, apart from that kind of subtle hint of sessionableness, lower ABV stout. No, don't worry. Yeah, I'm not making much sense of what I'm reading. So yeah, the London Black on draft Nitro. Fair play. No, good. I'm old, prefer stouts on cask. Fair play. Yeah, no, I don't disagree, to be fair. I mean, yeah, most of my drinking is cans these days, but yeah. I saw a cask the other day on Saturday. Put our Christmas stout into casks. A little bit of rum and raisin. There's a lot of rum-soaked raisins and a bit of orange peel gone into that. Looking forward to that one around about Christmas in a couple of weeks. I don't know what we're doing with the cask, but yeah. Yeah, it's been a busy weekend up the brewery. Like Friday, I was out all the way across the other side of London in a van, delivering 4 casks over to Pig's Ear Beer Festival. I was very pleased to go and do that. That was good. Nice little drive across London. Hopefully getting some more. I was thinking about having a look at the Pig's Ear Beer list. There's some good stuff over there. We've got a cask of something called Very Special, which is a honey pale ale at 7.5%. The only cask of that has gone over there. And also, we've got on the other end of the scale a cask of lemon sour, very zesty, at 3%, which is completely the other end of the scale, but also a really excellent beer. You've probably done a video of that. If I can find it, I'll put a link up there. Yeah, so that is going to be an interesting one, Pig's Beer. I might have a look at the beer list tomorrow if I get a chance. Yeah, so it's not even based on our oatmeal stout, which is, like I mentioned earlier, is big, robust, but yet smooth, chocolatey, coffee, noted, and smooth oatmeal with the oatmeal in it. So this one's not got any oatmeal in it, but yeah, some additions for Christmas. Kind of Christmas cakey, I suppose. I was on the bar, so I didn't actually get to try it on the transfer. So I'm looking forward to that one, although that will be on keg when it's on the bar. I'm not sure what we're doing with the cask. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. That's one of the best things about Christmas for me. I'm not doing advent calendars this year. I tried it once and got to 16, and I've got too many beers in. I could make my own up, or I'd just carry on the format I've got with reviewing beers, and hopefully maybe sometime before Christmas actually get a video out, or not. It doesn't matter, it's not important. We'll see what happens. I had a vague idea. I wanted to do some kind of lives before Christmas. Yeah, my idea was 12 guests of Christmas. Actually ask people if they wanted to come on. I'm kind of shy with that thing in that way, do you know what I mean? I don't like to impinge on people's time, but I appreciate when you guys all rock up into a live. It makes it all beer drinking so much more fun with people popping in. Talking of which, Paul Greenwood, thank you very much for popping in. Hope you're doing all right, a good weekend, and you've got a beer on to join us. If so, let us know what it is. Yeah, I don't even own a calendar. I'm just going to hold a calendar while drinking a beer rather than getting any advent calendars in. Like I say, I like what Mosey Beers is doing. He's like doing his own kind of advent calendar. The reason I don't really do advent calendars is because I just buy beer that I want to drink. Because always in advent calendars you get kind of some session pale ales or IPAs, and I'm like, yeah, it's like I wouldn't buy that, you know. And yeah, it's just like I've got so much beer, I'll just drink the beer on a regular basis. I said, no, Paul got Lervig Brewing on a perfect draft, superb. Never really got into perfect drafts and any of the beer machines. Because of the way I drink, I don't often want 8 pints of anything. I want to try as many different beers as possible, and it's just me here drinking. So perfect draft doesn't really suit me. So I've never really gone into that. I did have a mini keg once, and that was good. But yeah, each joint I don't really get that much in the way of chocolate. Maybe a little bit of kind of dark chocolate on the back end there. Yeah. So for me to sum up, I guess with this one, sort of imperfect perfection in a way. Definitely got all the right hallmarks, that lovely smoothness, some good flavors, like I say, that kind of waxy, leathery cigar tobacco kind of note in the mid palate. Like I say, a decent coffee, touch of chocolate maybe, and it's just that slight wateriness on the 4.4% on the back end. Which I don't quite get nor care for, really. Yeah. No, it leaves some good flavors on the mouthfeel in the end. I'm just, not as excited about it as I really wanted to be. I don't know. Let's see how it compares. I mean, the next two are kind of different again, I suppose. Oh yeah, Sharkmas. I will be watching him for that. And check out Shark's Home Brewing Adventures over in America. Right, Sharkmas. Superb. Right, okay. Well, in that case, get those coffee notes out a little bit. Little palate cleanse. Let's move on. Beer number 2, please. And talking about America, we are moving across the pond for the next one. So Shark might be able to tell us about this. Left Hand Brewing Company, a milk stout. I think they called it Nitro is the name. It says America's Stout. Is this as big in America as it claims to be? Let's see. Let's get it into the glass. Yeah, let's go brass castle glass for this one. Bear with, stand by. Let's see if I can get this into the glass properly. Yeah, see, a little bit less. I'm assuming you still have to pour it robustly. First thing to note, much less smoothness on the head there. But going into the glass really well. Slightly smaller can, as is the American style. Fabulous settle. Really good on the settle. Lovely cascading. Won't be able to do a good video of that, that's a shame, but let's do the picture in a second once the settle finishes. Yeah, I like the settle on that, looking good. This one's been sitting in the stash for probably longer than I care to remember. We'll have a look at the date on that. Let's do the photograph first, as always. Splitting the brass and the castle into that pint glass. Right, about perfection again, so I can get the milk stout in there. Yeah, that's gone all right. Got some colours on that. Tidy, yeah. That's the first thing to note. And again, settles into almost perfection in a glass. There. Lovely looking beer in a glass. Yeah, it looks really good. Sammy, good evening to you. Good evening, afternoon and morning. Welcome along. Thanks for popping in. Yeah, boy. Sammy in the house. Yeah, got to love milk stout. Cool shot. Love right hand better. Left hand is okay. Is that's kind of, yeah, that feels like a kind of what am I getting into here? So I have had other left hand beers. I think actually I bought this one from I think this is from last year. I bought this one from Trembling Madness, I think, because I had a left hand disco beer, if I remember rightly, in a much smaller can of 320. Something about Death Before Disco. I think that was left hand, and that was like was that a coffee port or something? Anyway, I have had a couple. Yeah, that's something else entirely, Paul. I think. I actually stand up for that. Yeah, so yeah, let's get into this. Let's have a look before the nose kind of blocks up entirely. Yeah, double printed, double sided, so it doesn't matter which way around you look at it. You know what you're looking at. Yeah, not too much on the nose, not too much big roastiness, but let's get it down the neck. I'm not going to be splitting any letters on this glass, but yeah, cheers. Real like it's almost emulsion on the top there. I'm not going to tip it too far towards the camera, but yeah, absolute emulsion. Well, that nearly didn't work. Yeah, lacing on that is head on the beer is yeah, pretty special, and it's kind of sticking around really tight, just off white head, kind of tan in this light. Looking forward to this one by the sound of it. Cheers. Oh yes, absolutely. Chocolate maybe a little bit on the mid palate, but definitely coffee. There was a slight touch of that kind of waxy, leathery kind of cigar tobacco kind of note going on. Silky smooth, as you can tell from the head, I guess. That's really odd. There is a touch. There is a touch, much less than the Anspach, but just a touch of thin wateriness, like like 2% on that. Yeah, give me a pint of that sweet emulsion, boy. Your voice is sublime, and you have to speak. You're looking fine, Milky Boy. Anthropomorph for pride, making it human. Beer and beer cans. No, that's really nice. What did I say was what have I got on there? 6%. Yeah, feels it a bit better. It's a step up in terms of like mouthful, bit more voluptuousness, nice and silky smooth, slightly more sweetness as well. I didn't really get a lot of sweetness off the Anspach, but yeah, lots of flavours going on there. Bit more roastiness, a little bit towards like more towards a pint of Guinness, like draft, rather than the can. It's got that kind of extra roasted malt note. It's just a bit more up there, a bit more in there for me. I think you can probably still get this one in this country. I think left hand seem to, especially places like Trembling Madness in York. I'm sure I've seen it on their website. Shit. I didn't realize it. I might have to look through the Instagram, see when I got this. Best by the 19th of August 2023. It's a year past its best. God, how good would that have been last year? That a year-old Nitro Stout has sat there in my shed. That's fabulous. That's fantastic. All those flavors, it's just like stayed in perfect suspension. Well, yeah, oops, but not oops. That back in 2018 or not? Really? Okay, I thought it was just okay. That can one looks amazing. Oh, 2 out of 8 beers. Yeah, we're back. Yeah, can aged beers. Is this a new? It's a new category of can aged beers. I didn't realize. I genuinely didn't realize it was that long. I thought it was earlier this year. I don't know if I don't know if I can find it too quickly now. It's going to take ages to scroll back down the profile with so much on there on the Insta. But yeah, hasn't really suffered at all for that, for being can aged. It's sat in the beer stash, like I say. It's in the cupboard under the stairs with excellent coolness and fairly good temperature stability, to be fair. See, now I've seen that, it feels like some of those flavors are muted, but that maybe that's where that kind of slight wateriness comes in as well. But yeah, definitely really good sweetness, kind of, I think you said candy floss, that was probably bad, but definitely that kind of slightly lactosey sweetness. I don't think there is. Well, no, there must be in it. Milk stout. So yeah, you've got that lactosey sweetness going on. 404 ml, because it's 13.65 fluid ounces. Like Plato, I have no idea what a fluid ounce is, to be honest. Well, steady. What does it say? There's a government warning from the Surgeon General. Ingredients: Rocky Mountain water, so spring water, malted barley, lactose, flaked oats, hops, and yeast. Well, fair play, jolly good. Yeah, so yeah, as it's a milk stout, I'm all about that because it brings that kind of extra smoothness, extra sweetness, super smooth with soft roastiness and mocha notes. Yeah, not so much mocha because there's not so much on the chocolate for me, but definitely on the coffee. Again, superbly easy drinking as well. Really smooth. It's also quite light because of that kind of aerated almost kind of mouthfeel in the smoothness. Really superbly easy drinking. Just scrolling back through the Instagram, some kind of filling. It's got to catch up with itself. So I must have bought it. What was that? Oh, here we go. Found it. Yeah, Death Before Disco was the other left-hand one. And the French Toast Milk Stout. I don't think I ever got around to reviewing that. Might have probably left it in there a little bit too long. It was nice though, as far as I remember. 19th of January 2023 I bought that. So that would have been Disco Day 7. As I say, I still haven't got 8 and 9 out, and I should be doing the next Disco Day this month, around about next week. I normally try and do it before Christmas. Whether I get those videos out or not, another matter, I don't know. But yeah, there we go. I wonder what else I've got around that time. I don't think there's anything else. Anyway, yeah, I could go through that for ages. But there you go. Dates don't mean nothing. I found some Xmas Belgian beers in the cellar. Some a year out and some. Yeah, it's they do and they don't. You know, sometimes it depends on the beers. You're okay with stouts, aren't you? Really, milk stouts can be a little bit difficult though because of that lactose content. But yeah, you know, a pale ale a year out of date can be okay, but then sometimes it's often not. You just never know. I mean, lacing on the glass. Look at that. It's just pretty much all the way around. So yeah, solid. Does not suffer at all for being a year out of date. There is a slight, I say that slight wateriness. That is a bit again confusing because you wouldn't expect it to be there on 6%, but it's so easily overawed by all the flavours and that it's kind of not really worth bothering about particularly. Comes after sort of the old calendar post on the gram, complicated but looks well. You know, tell me about it. I'm never sure about the posting on Instagram. I do it, and if you've come across from Instagram because of the link on the stories or whatever, do let me know in the comments. It's nice to because you just never know who's actually following it particularly or whether it's following on YouTube. But it's yeah, it's complicated and it has to be done. So I always put a post up of the beers and then I'll put the thumbnail up on stories with the link. So yeah, don't know. Must have been a high ABV. What, the Belgian? Well, yeah, I mean, like I say, probably going to be anything above 5, probably 6 to be fair. 8.8%. Yeah, you're good with that, yeah. You're all right, you know. This, yeah, really nice. I mean, again, because it's 6% over the 4.4%, I'm choosing that because it is almost more perfect. I would like a little bit more chocolate, but you can't be choosy, can you? You know, it's like coffee's good. I prefer chocolate over coffee in beers generally because I don't like cold coffee except in beers. But yeah, it's good. Absolutely. So I mean, it must have done a bit of travelling as well. Don't know where it's sat around for, you know, on import. Where is it sat and what temperature? It's been cool for the last year, so it's been okay. But yeah, fabulous. And I'm pleased you've tried it as well, Dave Wilson. It's good. Yeah, if I saw it on draft, I'd happily tug a pint of that. Would be good. Yeah, superb. Like I say, lacing on that. Doesn't necessarily feel 6%. To be fair, it's somewhere between around that. But yeah, it's it. There's no point. There's no point leaving that. just get on that there. Nice. Yeah, absolutely smooth. Yeah, really good. Yeah, that was 6% Nitro Milk Stout from Left Hand. Where are Left Hands? Shark, tell me, I should know whereabouts in the good old US of A. From our hand to yours, it says. Yep, I should know, but I don't. Never mind. Right. Well, seeing as we've gone international, we're going to stay international. Here comes beer number 3, please. Beer number 3 is from the other side of Europe, and it's a big can. 11.2% Nitro Peanut Butter Stout. The glass is not clean, but you know what it is. There's a bit of splatter on that. It's the outside. It's fine. It'll be okay. A little bit of cleaning. Right, let's get this in the glass and see where we get on. I think this has been in there a while as well, but No, we're good. We're good. Get it in the glass. Wow, immediately looks thinner. But then it's an 11%, so there's a bit of weight. A bit of weight in that widget. Keep thinking there's a bit more. Don't know if you can hear that. Can you hear the bubbles on that? That is very, very fizzy. Much darker, dissipating head, but it's 11%, so maybe you would expect that. Unless it's solidified in the bottom, it's a very, very heavy widget. So I mean, it feels like there's still like that much left in the can. Never mind. Let's work out when we get on the dates why that is. It is what it is. You can't argue with. That's a very heavy widget. That's weird. Oh no! Turn the camera off. That's bad. Well, let's do the photo anyway. Oh, why does shit just not work? There we go. Nitro. Very clearly on the can. There we go. Right. Come on in. I think I only picked this up really off another random Trembling Madness order. It must be after that one. Let's have a quick look, shall we? It's got to be after that. I don't think it was before. Oh, hello, Rasko. Yeah, I've got no idea when this is. I didn't see it scrolling past. It might even be even older. I don't know. Let's have a little sniff whilst we look. Oh, hello. Oh, very, very big peanut butter biscuit. Like toffee biscuit peanut butter note going on there. That's nice. Yeah, noticeably. Some peanut butter beers, you don't really get the peanut come through that well. Hello, Kitty. She's out tonight. So I could feed her. I wonder when I got this. Oh, I did do that French toast. I did do that French toast review. Fair play. Lovely milk stout. Roasty, toasty, boozy. Didn't spend too many words, but yeah, it looks good, that. From left hand. It must have been after that, I think. There's no way I've been sitting around that long, because I don't think I bought the left hand because I conceived the idea of doing all Nitro Stout lineup, because I wasn't even doing these then. But it's going to take ages, isn't it, to find that? I'm sure it was fairly certain it was. Oh no, that's going into this year, so maybe it was before that. It's going to take too long to find. We'll have a look on the dates and see where we're at on that in a minute. Let's do the review first of all. There's no more liquid in it. I wish it must have wedged itself. Some widgets are fixed at the bottom of the can. Yeah, it does feel. It's like it's properly heavy. Unless there's a bit left underneath. Don't know. It's just really oddly heavy. Anyway, 11.2%, as I say. Yeah, sorry, I did see that actually. I missed that. Yeah, Colorado. Cheers for that for left hand. Cheers for that. Longmount, Colorado. Fair play. Dave Wilson casually had a 20% beer at the weekend. Couldn't taste the AVB. Keys double fudge. Yeah, that's one I keep looking at. Much like Amundsen beers. Amundsen and Keys, I'm like, I want it. I don't need it. I want to try some big beers of theirs. But yeah, I don't need an 11.2 peanut butter. Stout or porter? Oh yeah, peanut butter stout. It's called. That's not an autocorrect. Oh, lovely, really lovely. Cheers. Let's try this. See how we go. Oh, wow. Yeah, you're not getting any water off of that on the edge. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, that's weird. It kind of goes through. It goes straight into kind of a whiskey barrel aged stout, and then the peanut comes, and then the biscuit. Yeah, it's like a, what's that peanut butter chocolate bar? I don't know. It's a bit like a Lion bar. It's like an Imperial Lion bar. Yeah, a bit of chocolate right on the edge, on the end. Fabulous booziness. I don't know if it's whiskey or bourbon barrel. I don't know the difference, but a lovely sweetness. It dips into something else. There's a little bit of fruitiness as well there. That's absolutely. Oh, I mean, flavor-wise, the best of the bunch. To be fair, I love the kind of waxy cigar leveriness of the first two. None of that in this one. It's all about the chocolate, touch of coffee, wafery biscuit, and yeah, big peanut note, kind of nuttiness. Yeah, fair play, Paul. Thanks for popping in. Good to see you. Have a good week. Maybe see you again for the next live, whenever that may be. I haven't decided yet. Selling, yeah, I don't know. I wonder if you can still get this. It feels like one of those kind of like one-off beers. Oh, Lervig. I forgot to say about Lervig. And I always forget about Lervig. Well, it says on here, peanut butter stout. Imperial stout with salted peanuts, cocoa, and vanilla. I never get vanilla in a beer. I'm tired of saying it. I don't really hear. There is maybe that's where the sweetnesses and the chocolate kind of comes from. Contains peanuts. Brewed and packaged at Lervig in Norway. Sorry, it says it's a 440 can. Oh, okay. No, it is, because that's a 440 can. But just because against that one, I thought this was a bigger one. I thought it was like 500. Bad judgment on me sizes, but there you go. These things happen. Blah, blah, blah. Imported by Cave Direct. Weird, because I got it from Trevor and Madison. I'm sure I did. Best before C base. So go on then. What do we reckon? In date or what? Well, it's an 11%, so of course it's going to be a slightly longer date. The 22nd of June, 2025. So I didn't even need to drink it now, but obviously it fits in the theme. At some point, I think I need to cut that can open and see exactly what's inside, because that's the heaviness of that is kind of weird. Yo, Paul's beer reviews there. Greetings, Paul. Thanks for popping in. Just casually chuck in an 11.2% Lervig Nitro peanut butter stout on a Monday night. You know how it goes. Where it goes. Right. That'll be what. No, it is. Well, let's get a 440. Oh yeah. 440ml can plus 60ml of nitrogen. Oh, right, so that's why it's sitting in the bottom. So that's why it looks bigger. That's why I got confused. Cheers, Adam. thanks as always pointing out all the shit I don't know. But no, that's good. Right, so it's basically a 500ml can. Yeah, with all that stuff in there. Yes, yeah, superb. Just yeah. It's 11% as go. It's kind of thin, but that makes up for it with that kind of boozy, spirity, whiskey barrel aged edge. It doesn't need to be 11%, but why not? Why not? But maybe that 11% carries that peanut flavor, that peanut butter flavor. there's a little bit maybe of savouriness of the salted peanuts. I'm pleased it's there because, like I say, sometimes a peanut butter beer I find isn't very peanutty. It's just a kind of juxtaposition of salt and sweet, but that definitely kind of dry roasted peanuts in a way as well. Sweet. Had a couple of big Belgian extra ones with Chris's beer reviews this evening. Shout out to Chris's beer reviews. So you've got the taste now. You've got the taste. Yeah, 11.2%. Stout on a Monday night. Why not? I'm going to go out for work in the morning. I was working today. Yeah. Working on a Monday is a rarity, but I had to deliver some beers and some music and my boss. So I don't know whether I'm allowed to talk about that because there's a beer coming out that could be. I definitely want to talk about the beer that's coming out, but I can't yet. I'll check that one out next week. It's a very, very interesting name, and it could be. I can't say, but it's one of them beers that when boss, are you sure? Are you sure you want to call it that? Are you positive you want to call it that? Because that could cause problems. But yeah, I can't say. Shush. I could be in trouble. But yeah, it's a very interesting beer, and that's a very interesting beer name. The beer itself is good. Let's be honest, it's good. And I've conceived the video idea already, but I'm not really making beer videos at the moment, so it's probably I'm never going to get it done. What I need to do, I need to give Travel and Brews a shout. Yes, because that's what I wanted to do. Give Travel and Brews a massive shout. If you're not following Travel and Brews, Liam at Travel and Brews, he brought out. He's done nothing for a long time apart from occasional whiskey reviews from back in the spring. But he has got 96 supermarket lagers. He's done the World Cup of supermarket lagers. That is kind of the video I want to do apart from supermarket lagers. But that is kind of dedication to a video, well, a series of videos it has to be, of buying 96 different lagers from all of the supermarkets. I mean, there's about 4 in there that I'd actually be bothered about drinking, mostly the craft ones like Lost and Grounded and Utopian. But yeah, 96 different supermarket lagers for a video. Hats off to Liam from Travel and Brews. I'll put the link in. If I can find it. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so Travel and Brews Lager World Cup. 96 different, and he's done it all blind as well, or supposedly blind, because I'm assuming he can't see the camera on that. Yeah, so he's lining them up 6 at a time in groups, and then filmed it, put it all together. So yeah, that's Travel and Brews. Let me do that whilst I'm here. It's worth a watch. I've seen I've seen the first 2 so far. He's got another one up there as well now. What's it doing as knockers? Oh, so he's had to go and buy a second one to do it. Oh, that's I didn't realise that because I've only seen the first few heats. Yeah, that takes some doing, to go and get 96 different bottles and cans, set them up, do the review. I think that's maybe why he's not done any videos for a while, because he's been doing that. That must take some time. And then to have to go and rebuy the ones for the next round. I mean, they're available, they're supermarket beers, but yeah, fair play to Liam for that. That's some dedication to beer reviewing and video content. It's the sort of video that I'd love to at some point do, but like I say, I haven't put a video out for 2 months, and the one I did last month was kind of fairly hurried and rushed and straight up, and I haven't done a proper edited video for 2 months, and I've got 4 Now I've got 3 in the edit, and that doesn't include the 2 Disco Day beers going back as far as February. So I'm gonna have to just maybe rush them through and just get them out and get them done. I don't know, sort of a lost leader in a way, because I'm doing sort of better on the lives really. And yeah, like I say, somehow I've put another 15 subs on this evening, and I'm 6 short of 500, which is kind of a halfway magic marker. So thanks to everybody who has subbed. Fantastic. And hopefully I can still keep on getting content out and keep going. May or may not do another live tomorrow night. I've got an idea, and I might do one Thursday as well. I've got so much work to do this week, so there shouldn't be any late nights. So I should be able to get some evening stuff done, hopefully. And I've got at least 3 themes lined up. As for Lervig over in Norway, I don't get to Lervig very often because it feels like they always do big beers, massive beers, and of course import costs and whatever. Could not tell you how much I paid for this can, but it is nice, and it is sticking around that kind of peanutty flavour staying. I say it was proper fizzy on the opening, as you saw, and it's kind of faded fairly quickly. So we're not talking smoothness, we're not talking lacing, but the flavours are there. A kind of chocolate covered peanut bar with that little kind of savoury edge, and yeah, big sweetness. I mean, I like sweet beers. It doesn't bother me at all. A lot of people say, oh, I don't like too sweet. I've never found a beer that is too sweet for me. But it's like the sweetness of a chocolate bar. It's got that kind of chocolate. Yeah, chocolate covered peanuts. I see I'm scrolling through the Instagram, and I'm suddenly thinking, I don't think I actually put this one up, because I think I got this earlier on this year. I think I might have been confusing the left hand from Trembling Madness, because I got a bunch of beers from overseas, and I was going to do, again, I concepted a video series of, like, not mystery beers, only in that mystery beers of beers I'd not heard of or I didn't know anything about, but I popped this one on there as well. And I never got around to properly completing that video series because, well, running out of time and talent as well. Yeah, so I don't know. I think it was around about February I picked this one up. So I'm going to stop looking now because it's not going to advance the conversation any, to be fair. Oh, I've just looked, and yeah, we've hit 500 subs tonight. I don't know how. If that's you, thank you very much indeed. Fantastic. I've just looked on the old header sheet there, and yeah, we are somehow on 500 subs. There we go. Fantastic. Thank you very much indeed, everybody. I kind of I'd like to sound lost for words, but I'll always find something to waffle on about, especially if it involves beer. So yeah. I mean, tomorrow that might go down to about 498, to be fair, because people look in and go, oh, actually, I don't know why I did that. And normally when that happens, somebody's like upped us. Somebody's like put it on a community tab and said, follow these guys. So I don't know why, but yeah, we'll take that. That's a win on the 2nd of December 2024. A good 5.5 years. No, 6.5, 6 and a bit years since we started. So yeah, happy days. You know, what can you do? What can you do? What I can do is just really enjoy this beer. I don't want to smash this one like these two, proper smooth and sweet, and just like knock them back. Superb. Yeah. So no, thanks very much indeed. Keep putting out the content. Yeah. Do you know what? I got home early afternoon today because it was kind of an early finish, and I thought, well, I probably should do something this week. hadn't sort of got anything planned, and I looked at it and I went, hang on a minute, I've totally got something planned, because it's everything I did last week I messed up. And I think it's quite good that I failed off, because I really wasn't quite in that kind of, I don't want to use that term, I was about to say I wasn't in the zone last Monday. I wasn't when I started this off, but it all worked out, and you guys popped on and had a beer and everything was great. So, and the beers were brilliant. So yeah, I was quite happy with that. But yeah, thanks. So I don't know, am I meant to do like a 500 sub special at some point? I did say I was going to do, actually. I was going to do Logjam Smash at 500 subs. We'll have to work that one out. I don't know when I've got the time for that, but we'll see. We shall see. You need to try Black Tuesday from the brewery. Ah, superb. Yeah, cool. Yeah, so there we go. Oh, by the way, I forgot to shout out to Adam for the title of today. I didn't change the thumbnail, but I did put. Yeah, I did keep Monday Night Nitro. I couldn't say that last week. I can say it now after 3 beers, including 11%. Yeah, Monday Night Nitro. Yeah, thanks to everybody for popping in, and all the subs and all the comments. If you're watching afterwards and you're still watching, please pop a comment down below. Click on the old like button, because that's how we get to 500 subs, because it keeps sharing people. And yeah, I'm going to go and sit back and just really gently enjoy this 11.2% peanut butter stout, peanut butter stout. Think about the weight of that can with a widget from Lervig in Norway. Superb. Yeah, that's where I got the idea, actually. I saw Beer Dog do that. He did the Logjam Smash. So yeah, I'll have to check that one out. But yeah, as always, great Monday night beer waffling on Monday Club. Thanks for popping into Monday Club, by the way. I'm going to keep that name going because it amuses me. As always, have a good week. Cheers, David Wilson. Have a good week. Yeah, I'm not going to do that now for reasons that may or may not become apparent if another video idea comes about. I'll take the label off and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I will at some point investigate that, I think. But yeah, cheers as always, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for popping in. Thanks for all your comments, your likes, subscribes, especially. And if you're watching this back after the event, as always, cheers. And as always, until the next time, cheers and enjoy the beers. Oh, that's so good. Oh, burns, but burns well. That is nice. Yeah, thanks very much indeed. Catch you later.